Next is theory. It works on the principle of mutual induction that I have already told you. So when an alternating EMF is applied across the primary coil, the input voltage keeps on changing with time because it is alternating EMF, so it keeps on changing with time. So due to this magnetic flux through the primary coil also keeps on changing. Flux also changes because voltage is changing, so flux will also change with time. This changing magnetic flux linked up with the secondary coil through the laminated core, okay, which in turn produces the alternating EMF across the secondary coil. Since in the primary coil, okay, here we have primary coil, so in the primary coil we are applying the alternating EMF. So the voltage keeps on changing with time, and due to that the magnetic flux also changes, and due to this the magnetic flux linked with the secondary will also change, and an induced EMF is produced across the primary coil. Now, the soft iron core is capable of practically the whole of the magnetic flux produced in the primary coil with the secondary coil. Now, if the magnetic field lines remain confined to the soft iron core, then all the field lines across the primary coil link up with each turn of secondary coil. That means whole magnetic field lines across the primary coil are linked up with the secondary coil. If phi p and phi s are the values of magnetic flux linked with the primary and secondary coil at any instant, then phi s upon phi p is equal to ns upon np, because we know that the magnetic flux is directly proportional to the number of turns. So phi s upon phi p is equal to ns upon np. From here we can say that phi s is equal to ns upon np into phi p. Now we will differentiate this equation on both sides. We will get d phi s upon dt is equal to d by dt of ns upon np into phi p. Now this ns upon np is a constant term, so it will come out, and we will get d phi s upon dt is equal to ns upon np d phi p upon dt. Now according to Faraday's laws, we know that E, induced EMF E, is equal to minus d phi upon dt. So if EP and ES are the instantaneous EMF, instantaneous values of induced EMF produced in primary and secondary respectively, then EP will be equal to minus d phi p upon dt and ES is equal to minus d phi s upon dt. Now we will put the value of these d phi p upon dt and d phi s upon dt in this equation, okay, in equation 2. Then we will get minus ES is equal to ns upon np into minus EP. So minus minus will cancel, and we will get ES is equal to ns upon np into EP. Now this ratio ns upon np is equal to K, and it is called the transformation ratio. Now if we assume that there is no loss of energy, okay, there will be no loss of energy, then the instantaneous output power will be equal to instantaneous input power, because there will be no loss of energy. So ES into IS is equal to EP into IP, because we know that power is equal to VI. So here it is ES into IS, and it is equal to EP into IP. So from here we can say that ES upon EP is equal to IP upon IS. Thus, in accordance with the law of conservation of energy, a step of transformer increases the voltage and by decreasing the current. So voltage is increasing but the current is decreasing. Okay. So similarly, a step down transformer decreases the voltage by increasing the current. Thus, a transformer neither creates or nor destroys the electrical energy. So, it simply obeys the conservation of energy. Okay, it only transforms voltages and currents. So, it is the theory.